And welcome to today's session. I'm very excited to have you guys here. Welcome to this workshop. We're going to be talking about, I want to be revealing with you guys the progress beyond the scale method for women who want to lose fat without losing their mind. And if you're here in this workshop right now, it's because maybe you're losing your mind right now. And maybe you're sick and tired of letting those numbers on the scale control you. So I'm going to teach you and show you exactly how we can do that and start seeing real progress and start making real progress. Just before we get started, please put a number 1 on the Zoom chat just to ensure that you guys can hear me, that you guys can see me properly. I just want to make sure that everything is working well. So please just put that number 1 on the Zoom chat right now. Also, please put your phone away. If you're here, it's because you want to take and make the most out of this call. I'm sure you want to take away key points that you can apply on your own to stop letting those numbers on the scale control you. So please put your phone away. The call will be just 40 minutes max, but I'm going to try my best to make it 30 minutes and take any notes as if the slides were not here, okay? So let's get started. Why stick around until the end? Why, is it important that you guys are here? A few reasons why. Number 1, because I'm going to teach you and tell you how you can lose body fat while understanding why the scales or the numbers on the scales fluctuate so much, which is going to be very, very important. Once you get this understanding, trust me, this is going to be the biggest mindset shift that is going to help you transform this journey and it's going to help you make that progress that you truly want to make, and it won't drive you crazy anymore. 2, because I'm going to teach you how you can track your progress without letting the scale define you, because we really don't want those numbers, those tiny little numbers, define you or your worth, your progress, or your journey. It's way more than that. And reason number 3 is because I have a special bonus for 3 women. So stick until the end and I'm going to tell you more about it. So why listen to me? Why listen to this girl, this woman telling me all these things? Why should I even listen to you? This is why you should listen to me. Because I've coached over 200 women, over 30, to lose fat, build confidence, and most importantly, I've helped them to transform their lifestyle. I help them to make fitness part of the lifestyle. Because once you make fitness part of your lifestyle, it doesn't feel like something that you have to do anymore, but it feels more like something that you truly want to do. You enjoy the journey, you enjoy the process, and that's also the main thing, one of the biggest mindset shift that helps you with a long-term success and where you don't have that on and off season anymore. And I've been in this journey myself for the past 15 years, going into 16 years now. And I've been through a lot of changes. I've gone through a lot of overcome, a lot of setbacks, a lot of challenges. I had plenty of ups and downs with my journey, and my body has transformed so much. I've tried plenty of diets as well. So I think I'm the right woman to teach you the things that I'm about to teach you next. This is my client, Rosemary. This is Rosemary before she joined my program. It's going to be 2 years now before she joined my program. She really struggled with quick fixes. She was one of those women, just like I think all of us here. We tried plenty of diets. We wanted to get those results pretty quick. And, we will get those results, but also those results will go pretty quick. She was very obsessed in the past with the numbers on the scale. And this was not really allowing her to move forward with her progress. Like she felt like this was really holding her back. She was on and off with her fitness journey. Every time, she would try those quick fixes, get those results, and then boom, back to square one, because as we know, quick fixes are not really sustainable. And this was really starting to impact her health. And that was one of the biggest wake-up calls that she had. And 2 years later, this is her now, not only looking amazing, but most importantly, feeling amazing. And she's no longer obsessed with the numbers on the scale. This is my client, Karin. Before she joined my program, this is about 6 weeks just before she had her second baby. So she's a mom of 2. She really didn't have time for herself at all, being mom of 2, one newborn, and then the other one was 2 at the time. She had very limited time. She's now working full time. She also tried plenty of challenges, plenty of quick fixes. Some of them gave her results, yes, but nothing was sustainable. She was not able to maintain those changes for good, and she was just sick and tired of this. She didn't have anyone holding her accountable in the past. 7, 8 months later, she's now making progress. She is sustaining the changes that she's making. She no longer feels trapped in that on and off cycle, and she's feeling and looking amazing as well. And this is my client, Charlene. Before she joined my program, she felt that she was doing everything right. She was training, she was exercising, she was eating clean, eating healthy. She wasn't really having any takeaways, but she was just not sure why she was not seeing the changes that she wanted to see. She didn't know what she was doing wrong. And this was really driving her crazy, especially every time she would see the numbers on the scale going up or just not moving at all. This was really letting her down, holding her back, and she was not able to see the progress that she wanted to see. 8 months, 9 months into my program, she's now looking amazing, feeling amazing, but most importantly, she's not letting those numbers on the scale control her. And this is probably how you feel right now. You probably feel frustrated, just like my client felt. Just like, you feel frustrated that you're doing everything right. You're doing your meal prep, you're eating healthy, you're training even 4, 5, 6 times a week. But despite everything that you're doing, you're just not seeing the changes that you want to see physically. And this is really making you feel frustrated. Maybe you're feeling defeated. You feel that what you're doing, it's no longer working, or you feel that you have wasted so much time, energy, effort, and that you're not seeing the progress that you want to see. Just my client Karen felt. She felt very defeated. And she was so close to the point of giving up because she felt like, what's the point? I'm doing so much for nothing and this is not working right now. Or maybe right now you're feeling obsessed with the numbers on the scale, just like Rosemary felt before she joined my program. She was really obsessed with those numbers and she was weighing herself every single day. It was a daily thing. And if you're doing that consistently or daily, it doesn't really allow you to move forward. It just keeps you in that very negative mindset and it doesn't help you to make progress at all. So that's probably how you're feeling right now. And these are 3 reasons why you're feeling this way. Reason number one, or the number one mistake that you're making right now, is that you've been conditioned to believe that a scale or the numbers on the scale equals success. If you see that number drop, then you're having the success that you want to have. You're losing body fat, you're losing weight, and you're feeling amazing. On the other hand, if that number is not dropping, then you feel or you've been conditioned to believe that you're not making progress, you're not having success. And that's why you feel upset, that's why you feel annoyed, that's why you feel disappointed. Reason number two, or second mistake that you're making right now, is that you've worked really, really, really hard, or you're working really hard with your nutrition, with your training, you're doing your daily steps, you're doing everything right. And you want to prove yourself that what you're doing is actually working. And right now, the only way for you to prove yourself that what you're doing is working is by seeing the numbers on the scale drop. If they don't drop, then nothing's working. And then mistake number 3 that you're doing right now is that you have tied your self-worth to a number. Even though logically you know it shouldn't be like that and you know those numbers don't really mean too much, you can't really help it. Why? Because you have been convinced and conditioned to think that way. So those are the 3 reasons why you're feeling this way. But the good news are that it doesn't have to be like this at all. It really doesn't. You don't have to keep thinking or keep believing that if that number on the scale doesn't drop, then you're not making any progress at all. And this is why I really want to introduce this concept to you guys. I want to introduce the progress beyond the scale method because having this mindset shift, it's truly going to help you make that progress. And it's going to help you also believe in yourself a little bit more so you can continue succeeding in this fitness journey. And just so I know that you guys are with me, please put a number 2 on the Zoom chat, just so I know that you guys are paying attention. So right now, you're probably thinking that the scale only measures your body fat. So every time you're jumping on the scale, you're like, yep, if the scale goes up, it means that I'm gaining more weight, more body fat. If the scale is not dropping, it's because, nothing's changing. And yes, body fat, it's part of the numbers on the scale, 100%, but it's not everything. And you might be surprised with the things that I'm about to tell you next. So those numbers on the scale measure way more than just body fat. Body fat, remember, it's only one part of, the whole thing, but it's not everything. One of the things that the scale measures is your muscle mass. So if you're gaining muscle mass, especially if you're new to weight training, let's say you just started going to the gym a few weeks ago, or you haven't trained in a while and you're training again, you are gaining muscle mass. Even if it's a little, but you're gaining muscle mass. And that muscle mass is going to reflect on the numbers on the scale. So those numbers on the scale are going to go up. You're going to think that you're gaining weight or gaining body fat, but it can be just muscle gain. Water retention. If you're feeling the stress, if you're training consistently at the gym, inflammation, you're gaining water. If you're drinking more water, if you didn't sleep properly, you have water retention. If you are on your menstrual cycle, due to your period, you're gaining water. So water retention will also make you put on weight, and it can be more than a kg, even more, and then you think that you're gaining body fat. Food that is still in your system. Let's say that you ate something that is high in fiber. That food is in your system, like in your intestines. And when you jump on the scale, those numbers go up. It doesn't mean anything. It's just literally you have food sitting in your system. Maybe you're feeling constipated. Maybe you are constipated. There's going to be more food in your system. Completely normal. It happens. Hormonal fluctuations due to stress or your menstrual cycle, that number on the scale is going to go up because you're going to retain more water. Stress, sleep, toilet habits. If let's say you regularly go to the bathroom once a day, and for whatever reason this week only once a week, that number on the scale is going to go up. And also time of the day. If you wait yourself first thing in the morning, that number is going to be lower. But if you wait yourself at nighttime after you have drank a lot of water, after you ate all your meals, after you had a cheeseburger, something that's more processed, more sodium, more water retention, that number on the scale is going to go up. So as you can see, there's so many things that the scale measures. It's not just your body fat, but it's everything. So next time you jump on the scale and you see that number going up, remember, it's not just one thing, it's literally everything. And this is why going up by 1 or 2 kgs overnight, it's completely normal. It doesn't mean that you're going backwards. It doesn't mean that you're throwing all your progress away or that you're doing something wrong. None of that. It only means that your body is going through one of these changes or maybe all of them at once. And that's why those numbers on the scale are going up. And I want to show you a picture so it makes a little bit more sense for you guys. This is me at the same weight, weighing exactly 65 kgs. But my body type is very different. So you can see the picture on the left. This was around 2000 in, I think 18, 19. I can't remember, to be honest. Oh, yeah, 19 or 20. 65 kgs. I gained more body fat because this was after my bodybuilding competitions. I struggled with binge eating. I let myself go and I was just eating nonstop. That's why I gained a little bit of body fat, sorry. And this is me also 65 kgs now. And you can see my body type looks completely different. Why? Let me tell you why. It's because muscle mass, so I have more muscle mass here compared to here. Muscle mass takes up less space than fat. So the more muscle mass you have, the leaner you're going to look. And this is why in this picture, you can see I have a nice definition on my shoulders, my arms, my abdomen, my legs, everything, less body fat on my face. So everything's more compacted, everything's smaller. On this picture on the left, I have more body fat. So I look a little bit bigger, more fluffy or more flabby. And this is why, even though it's the same weight, it's completely different muscle groups, body types. So remember, more muscle mass, more compacted, the leaner look that you have. So once again, when the numbers on the scale go up, it doesn't mean that you're gaining fat. It could mean that you're gaining muscle mass. It could mean water retention, stress, sleep, hormonal, many different things. So it's not just that you're gaining body fat. Okay, please put a number 3 on the Zoom chat just to ensure you guys are still here. We are 14 minutes into the call. We're halfway there. We're going to be finishing very, very soon, but I just want to make sure that you guys are on the same page. Okay, perfect. So what real progress looks like, now that we have a better understanding of what the numbers on the scale actually mean, what should we consider progress? How can I measure my progress beyond the numbers on the scale? A few things I want you guys to realize and to start looking at or celebrating, not just those numbers on the scale. Number 1, if you're lifting heavier, even if it's just 5 kgs heavier, even if it's just 2.5, 1 kg heavier, that's something to celebrate. So acknowledge that and be happy that you're a little bit stronger than you were 2 weeks ago, last year, a few weeks ago. That's progress. If you're feeling less bloated, that's also amazing progress because it means that your digestion is much better than before. And if you have a better digestion, if your insides are better, then the outside is going to be also better. You're going to look better, you're going to feel better, and your body's going to be able to adapt to the changes that you're making. And you're going to feel better because when you feel bloated, I don't know about you guys, but I really don't like feeling bloated. It doesn't allow you to have a good day. You cannot eat properly. You just feel like, ugh, like tired, meh. We don't like that. If you're having or feeling more energized, that's also progress. Like, think about it. Maybe before you didn't have energy to even get up or get out of bed to go to the gym, walking up and down the stairs, you were running out of breath, but now you no longer feel like that. I think that's amazing progress, and that's something to celebrate. If you're sleeping better, it's also progress. Sleep and rest, it's very, very important in this journey. If you're not sleeping properly, then you're gonna feel stuck or you're not gonna be able to make the progress that you want. But if you're sleeping better, this is also amazing progress. And that's because of all the things that you're doing. If you're having less cravings, I think that's also something to celebrate. Because in the past, maybe you were not aware of your cravings, you were not in tune with your body. Now you are, you can listen to your body. You know when you're hungry, you know when you're having cravings, you know when to stop. That's amazing progress. And that has, it's not related to the scales at all. If you're having better control of food, I think that's an amazing progress as well. If you have a better relationship with food long term, this is going to be make things much easier for you to enjoy life and also see the physical progress that you want to see. If you don't have that control yet, and you're only obsessing with the numbers on the scale, trust me, that's going to keep holding you back. This is the best thing that it can happen to you when it comes to your fitness journey. And also, if you love your body now, I also think that's an amazing progress. And that's something to celebrate. And once again, nothing related with the numbers on the scale. So I really want you to flip your mindset. And I want you to think about this. So this is a question that I have for you guys. And I want you to tell me on the Zoom chat whether you're going to choose or whether you will choose option one. So this one or the second one that I'm about to tell you. Will you rather, so pay attention, will you rather lose 3 kgs, let's say even 10 kgs? Will you rather lose 10 kgs and feel tired, feel weak, and feel flabby? So that's option number one. Or will you rather stay the same weight? So on the scale, it looks like you're not making progress, but you're going to feel toned, you're going to feel stronger, you're going to feel energized, and you're also going to have a better relationship with food. Which one will you choose? If it was me, I would 100% pick option two because I will much rather feel toned or look toner. I will much rather feel stronger, more energized, and weight the exact same thing rather than weighing less but feeling like absolutely shit. That's just not the progress that I want to make. So I can see Fiona, yeah, option two, 100% yes. And as you can see, it has nothing to do with the numbers on the scale. Numbers are just number. If your goal is to lose weight, amazing. Your goal is to lose fat, not weight. So let me say that again. And I know it can be confusing because we see this all over social media, and I'm guilty of this as well on my social media. Sometimes instead of saying body fat, I say losing weight. And that's something I'm going to be more conscious about moving forward. But if you want to lose body fat, that's your goal. Your goal is not to lose weight. Your goal is to lose body fat. Body fat is one thing. Weight, it's something completely different. Remember, your weight, it's composed of many different things. Your muscle mass, your water retention, hormonal changes, stress, sleep, everything. And yeah, so many things. So remember, lose body fat should be your goal, not losing weight. So here are 5 steps that I want you to start using, to start applying to help you shift your mindset and reclaim your power again. Because having that mindset shift is what's going to help you move forward and make the progress that you truly want to make. Number one, I want you to start tracking your progress in different ways. From now on, please put that scale away. We're not worry about those numbers on the scale. We want to track our progress in different ways. Some of them can be taking pictures. That's something I personally do with my clients. We take pictures every single week. With the pictures, we can clearly see how your body's responding. Of course, your body's not going to change weekly, but if we compare the pictures from now the pictures of today with the ones from, let's say, 4 months ago, 5 months ago, 6 months ago, yes, we're going to see that progress. So looking at those pictures can be a way that you can track your progress. Energy levels, another amazing way to help you track your progress. Your relationship with food. Maybe before you didn't have a good relationship with food, now you do. Another way that you can track your progress. Maybe now you're being more consistent with your training. Also, another way to track your progress. Because if you're not doing those basic things, being consistent with your training, having healthy relationship with food, then it's going to be harder for you to maintain the progress that you've made when you lose fat. Because losing fat is an easy thing, but maintaining that body fat that you have lost and making sure that you don't regain that body fat, that's the challenge. And that's where most people go wrong. Second thing I want you to do, I want you to talk yourself with compassion. And I say this with a big smile because also I was very guilty of this. I used to talk to myself in a way that, you wouldn't talk to a friend like that. You wouldn't talk to your best friend like that, to your sister, to your daughter, to your son, to your cousin, to your mom. But often we are our own worst enemy. And we tell ourselves things that there's no way we'll tell the same things to other people. So next time you have those thoughts in your mind, or next time, that little voice tells you you're a failure, you will never progress, you're this and you're that, change that. And just talk to yourself the same way that you would talk to someone that you love because you deserve that. Number 3, celebrate those non-scale victories. So the other ways that I tell you to track your progress, like your pictures, your consistency, and things like that, celebrate them. If you're being consistent, if you were consistent the whole week with your workouts, celebrate it. If you were consistent with the water intake that you were drinking, celebrate it. If you were consistent with your sleeping time, celebrate it. It may not sound like amazing to you, but those are huge things to be proud of that you're accomplishing every single day and every single week. Number 4, I want you to set outcomes and behavior goals, okay? So by this, I mean with outcomes, let's say your outcome is that you want to feel stronger. You want to feel stronger and you want to feel energized, amazing. So that's your outcome goal. And the behavior goal, it's going to be, I'm going to train 3 times a week. And this is the thing that's going to help me feel stronger. And I'm going to be drinking 2 liters of water every single day because that's the thing that's going to help me feel more energized. So it's amazing to have an outcome goal. It's important to have one, but it's also just as important, if not even more important, to have a behavior goal. Because often people only have the outcome goal. I want to lose 20 kgs. I want to lose 30 kgs. I want to get amazing for my wedding, something like that. But they forget about the behaviors. And behavior is literally everything. Because if you don't change your behavior, if you don't change your habits, it's going to be a little bit more challenging to get the result. But once again, most importantly, to sustain that result once you have achieved that. And that's where most people go wrong. Most women go wrong. And last but not least, and I know this is going to be hard for you guys, and I know this one is going to be a challenge, but I want you to wait less frequently, or maybe not at all. So that is scale that you have right now, maybe in your bathroom, in your room, somewhere in your house. Try not to look at that too often, or if it's necessary, give it to someone. Look at somewhere that you can't even remember. That way you're not jumping on that scale daily. So you can either option 1, if you're really, really, really triggered by the numbers on the scale right now, I really, really want you to ditch the scale for now. So literally get rid of that scale and just track your progress with the other wins that you're making. Remember, relationship with food, consistency, water intake, all of those things. Option 2, but I think most of you guys are going to be option 1. That's why you're on this call. But option 2, if you're not that triggered with the numbers on the scale, you're like, I'm okay. Like, it's not too bad. Like, it doesn't bother me too much. If that's you and you just want to educate yourself a little bit more with what I mentioned earlier about what those numbers on the scale actually consist of, then you can weight yourself daily for the next 2 weeks only. Okay, no longer than 2 weeks, every single day. Do it first thing in the morning and then at nighttime, so you can see how that number fluctuates day by day, how that number fluctuates from the morning to the afternoon or from the morning to the evening. And you will see, because of the water, the hormones, the processed food that you ate, that you ate, all of those things are going to help to either that number go up or sustain that number. It's not failure if that number is not moving. It's just feedback to help you understand. So you have those options if you want to take this challenge. Either ditch the scale for good and just put it somewhere that you won't even look at it and track your wins using other measures, or you can do it for 2 weeks, more for like educational purposes, so you can understand why those numbers fluctuate. So just before we go, some final words that I want to remind you of. Number one, the scale doesn't define you. Those little tiny numbers on the scale, they mean nothing at all. Just because you jump on the scale and that number is not going down or it's going up by 2 kgs, 3 kgs, or even a few grams, it doesn't define you as a person. It doesn't define your progress at all. They're just numbers. Literally, they're this big, okay? So don't let those little tiny numbers make you feel upset. Don't let them make you feel discouraged. Don't give them the power because you have the power. So I want you to take back that power. I want you to take back that control and let those numbers go. And that's why I say ditch that scale. We don't need that scale. Number two, your weight, it's going to be going up and down, up and down, up and down for different reasons beyond your control. If you're not sleeping properly, if you're holding more water due to stress or because you're not sleeping properly or because of your menstrual cycle or because you ate something that is highly refined in sugar, high in sodium, you're going to retain more water. There's many different factors why those numbers fluctuate. So please understand that. Number three, you can measure your success in other ways. Consistency, energy levels, how you're feeling on the inside, how you're looking on the outside, how your clothes is fitting, the relationship, not just that you have with the food, but the relationship that you have with yourself. I think that's a better way to measure your progress. And now you have the tools that you can apply from now on, not from tomorrow, not from next week, not from Monday. I'll do whatever Danny told me. Start doing or applying this right now because I'm a huge believer that if nothing changes, absolutely nothing changes. So if we don't make that change right now, if you don't try to change that mindset, you're simply going to be stuck in this mindset of if the number is not dropping, I'm not making progress. And you're going to believe, you're going to start believing that maybe this is just the way that it's meant to be. Maybe this is just the way that I'm meant to feel forever. And that's not the case. And that's not true. So don't do that to yourself. Don't let those numbers on the scale control you. Message me the word offer on Instagram. So my Instagram, you guys already know my Instagram. Everything it's lowercase. It just didn't allow me. I don't know why. But message me the word offer if you want to find out a little bit more about the special offer that I have for you guys. I will have this only for 3 women. So at Daniela del Carpio, everything lowercase. Message me the word. And something that you can do right now, it's number one, once we're done with this recording, with this call, do absolutely nothing about it. You can continue having the mindset that you have now. You can continue letting the number on the scale or the numbers on the scale hold you back. You can continue talking to yourself in that mean way. You can continue, doing the things that you're doing right now that are just not helping you move forward and are not helping you create a lifestyle that you want to create and the life that you want to create. So that's option number one. If you want to do that, that's fine. Option number two, you can try to do this on your own. You can apply the tips or take away the tips that I told you and start applying that from now on. So you can slowly change that mindset and you can slowly make more progress. Or option number three, if you're serious about this and you're ready to transform your life and you're ready to finally let go of that obsession with the numbers on the scale and you truly want to transform your life, your lifestyle, and you want to see your way in a self that you're really proud of and you feel proud of yourself, book a call with me so I can help you with that. Let's see if I can help you. If yes, then we'll see how. And if not, I will give you something or refer you to someone that can hold you better. If you guys have any questions, please put it on the Zoom chat right now. Anything that you are not 100% sure about, anything that you want me to touch on a little bit more on, now is your time. Message me. Put it on the Zoom chat right now. Any questions that you have regarding the numbers on the scale, any of the tips, anything, put it there. So I'll just wait for you guys. While I wait, don't forget that you can message me the word offer if you want to find out more about my special offer. Cool. So we have no questions. But yeah, thank you guys for being here. Exactly 30 minutes on the dot. And that was what I was hoping for. If you guys have any other questions about this, please message me on Instagram. And I hope this was useful. I hope you guys can take away the key things that I told you and start applying that right now. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and I'll talk to you guys soon. And once again, I just remember this: if nothing changes, nothing changes. So please start applying these tips so you can change your mindset. Thank you guys, and I'll